Hey guys, it's this guy 6 yet again with another video. So, the Blood Angels, for those of you that have seen the Chaos Servitors, Surveyors, insert cool name here, I don't know, whatever the hell you want to call them, talked a lot about the Blood Angels. So, here they are. Well, this is the start. This is what you guys have seen, I believe. And if not, I guess you're seeing it now. Oh god. Sorry for the shaky camera. Once again, I'm using a cell phone. So this is a corn red base Alaveran sand or Avalaran sand, whatever for the yellow, various greens and silver. These are my Blood Angels. So this is the base coats with a Agrax Earthshade wash. Originally, when I did the coat, it was very light, and you're going to see why I had to change it. But this is them now with 2 coats of the wash. The yellow looks a little different. The recesses look a lot darker. One, because I layered it already, and then I washed over it because I decided I didn't like it. So originally, how I used to paint, if I was to wash it, I would basically just leave the washes there. For those of you who've seen my Imperial Fists, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The wash just kind of stays there. It looks kind of dirty, grimy, just like that yellow helmet, which is all cool with me. It looks kind of cool, gives the model a different character. But it's sloppy. I mean, I'll be totally honest. It's really freaking sloppy. And I went into a painting competition when I was at the BAO. And my model didn't have any wash on it or whatever, but the guy was talking a lot about lighting and how it really works, and one of the judges and all that stuff, which is all things that I've heard, but I just kind of didn't really worry too much about it originally. I figured, you know what, screw it, I paint the way that I paint, and who are you to tell me otherwise? And, you know, I mean, he's a judge, and I asked for his opinion, and so it was really kind of retarded of me to get all pissy. But I decided, you know what, I've been stuck at my multicolor line highlighting for a little while. That was been like the apex of my painting skill and blah, 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 blah. So I said, well, let me try something that I tried a couple of years ago, couldn't do it. And that was layering. So layering, you paint your base coat on, block out all the colors, then you wash it with a single color wash, give it a pretty decent coat, and then you paint over everything you just painted and washed, but you leave the recesses dark. And it's supposed to give it more of a natural shadowing effect and yada, yada, yada. A lot of these really good painters on YouTube can explain it a hell of a lot better than I can. But that's the basic premise as I understand it. So, my first attempt was this guy here. And once again, the camera doesn't want to focus. There we go. His eyes aren't painted. He's not done. But this is kind of... See, is it better against that background? Is it going to work? No? Okay, cool. So, I mean, you can kind of see what I mean by it and kind of what I did. It doesn't look too bad. The red really doesn't look too bad on his armor. There's some parts of it... Oh, that's the little shield, which there's really nothing to see on the shield, but what I didn't like was his little jump pack. If you look in the recesses of the jump pack, they look dark, but they don't really look dark. I don't even think I layered his jump pack. I think at this point I just was frustrated and said screw it. I might have painted the nose pieces, but... and the little middle piece. So you can kind of see where it's at, but they're not really dark. It's not really defined. And yeah, I wasn't very happy with it. So I tried it again. I took one of the other guys of the squad and I said, screw it, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to put another coat of wash on there. And I did. And I brought him from start to finish. And this is the model. And I haven't been proud of a model that I've painted in quite some time. but I am very proud of this guy. Every time I looked at him, I was playing D&D with a bunch of friends, and he was the only model that I had, so I figured, screw it, I'm going to use him, and every time I looked at him, I said, wow, I'm really happy with that model, and all my friends, I mean, out of my group of people, I'm one of the better painters out of them, and one of my really good friends was saying, you've come a long way in your painting, and he looks really good, and blah, 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 and I was like, okay, cool, and all that great complimentary bullshit. So some people are going to talk about the lighting, how it's bullshit and how it's not legitimate because it's on the back as well. Whatever. I figure light pretty much surrounds you. There's a lot more highlights up front than there is in the back, but I figure the light's going to surround you. There's always going to be some kind of glare, some kind of an effect. So he's got little highlights everywhere. But I think he looks really good. I think he came out really well. I'm really happy with the yellow. The yellow needs needed a lot more coats of paint because I used it really watered down. So it needs a lot more. It needs many more coats to cover than the red does. So like on the bottom of the Powerfish, you can kind of see where there's a lot of really dark areas that don't really look all that great. That's probably why. But other than that, this is him. He's on the base that I can't remember the company. I tried to find the guy's card and I couldn't. But he makes all these bases. Any of you guys that know this company, let me know. Because I can't seem to find his card. I didn't really know what I was going to do on it, so I just kind of dry brushed it and painted it and then added some grass. And I didn't really like it at first, but I think it looks kind of cool now. So that is the Blood Angel. The eyes aren't green like on traditional Blood Angels because the gems are all green. And I really tossed that back and forth in my mind. I was trying to figure out what to do. I didn't want to do the gems and the reefs and that kind of stuff green and have all this green on the model just to do the eyes green. It's a little too much when it's meant to be a breakup color. So I did in blue, and it just kind of fades in the back. It's bright enough on the yellow, and I think it looks fine. It doesn't really overpower anything. It's a cool enough color, I believe, that it just kind of blends with the purple and fades away, and you guys aren't really concentrated on it. But this is the first of my fully painted Blood Angel Assault Marines. Shoulder pad was layered a little bit more in the front and the back. I don't know why I did the back. The vent's kind of covering it, but oh well. And then the rest of it's pretty much just line highlighting. This takes a lot of time. So when I watch other people's painting tutorials, like Girl Paintings 1, I watch a lot of her videos, a lot of her, any kind of painting tutorial she puts up. I'm usually watching it, and I'm always amazed the amount of detail that she can do and what she comes out with. And this layering, I mean, it takes forever, and she doesn't really line highlight. A lot of what she does is just layer. And, I mean, it looks gorgeous when it's done, and one, didn't have the patience. Two, when I tried to do it on this guy, on his top vents, I didn't really like the way that it looked. One, because I don't like mixing colors, so I figured, screw it, I'm just going to do this, and I like it. So that's kind of where it's at. But this is the Blood Angel. So when I paint my Chaos Surveyors or Servitors or whatever, this is how they're going to be painted. Not in the colors, obviously. It's going to be more with the blue tones. But this is the basic style. I'm going to do layering and some line highlighting and really kind of see. Takes a lot of time. That's just because I really don't know what I'm doing. Like I said, this guy was really my first attempt at doing it. And hopefully these servitors will help me get quicker at it, just because there's 10 of them. And I mean, at some point I'll just be able to paint up squads of these guys like this, and it's still going to take some time, but it won't be an overwhelming amount like this guy was. I mean, there must be like anywhere from 10 to 12 hours invested in this guy, and for a model, I think that's absolutely fucking ridiculous, but he looks really good. I'm proud of him. So Like I say, guys, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Friendly guy, I don't bite. And I would love to hear what you guys think about anything. So go ahead and hit me up, guys, and have a good night or day, as wherever it may be for you, and be good.